to Football Manager 23. It's me, Matty G, and we're here with Cheshunt. It's game day, 2 games to go of the season. It's Cheshunt versus Barth. And if you were here in the last one, you'll see that the team itself hasn't changed a dicky bird. We're going for the same team that pulled off the 1-0 win. Swager, or Saga, as I keep calling him. He starts again. His fitness is still a bit of an issue, but we've been told minimum 75 minutes he should be able to do. He's got a light match load on, so hopefully he can do. We're going to stick with Asante up front at the moment. He's on 20 goals. He is a leading goal scorer. Fielding's hit 3 in his last 3 games, 1 apiece. So Fielding is on the bench for this. I was thinking of swapping them round. Went against it just because, it's hard to drop someone who is by far the best player on the team. It's extremely hard. But we're going to give it a good go and hopefully pull off another win today. It's kick-off time. Cheshunt, Barth. Let's go. And we're off to the races. A couple of minutes in, nothing of note. No highlights, nothing. We've got 0.02 on the XG rating. Slowly climbing, but nothing drastic. It's pretty much as slow and as dull as it was in the last one. And they've got the first highlight with a free kick over the tops. Is Gibbs going to get there first? He does. He juggles it out of danger and now into their half, down the wing. Holds up play, pulls it back. Jenny's there. Jenny does normally like a long switching ball, but he doesn't. Saga, Gibbs. Else is going to knock it long. Asante is there. He takes one touch. Looks like he was going to go. Oh, he's still in with us. Newton knocks it across. Tomney's there. And that is one hell of a rubbish goalkeeping error there. Right, was just all hands and feet and no substance. All hands and feet and no substance. Sounds like a winning combination. Newton with the ball here. Thought he was going to lose it. When he knocked it in, there, I thought that's screwed it up. It's missed. And it just happens to go straight through the keeper's legs. Outstretched legs. It's exactly how we like to start the game. I'm going to give him some encouragement because I'm quite happy with that. Bit of encouragement. Probably spoke too soon. Here's Naby on the ball. Holds that play up well to Jenny. He goes Tomney, the scorer. What's he going to do with the ball this time? He turns it on inside field. On the left, outstretch. He's on the left foot. Tried to outside it. Curl it into the top. No curl needed. Went wide. Well wide. Jenny. Sega. We're actually getting all the action at the moment. Jenny with the ball in. Newton couldn't get there. Naby does. Chips it over. Tomney's there. Asante. Head. 21st goal of the season. Asante, we were right to stick with him. I believe he's actually being tracked and wanted by a couple of clubs at the moment. Really don't want to let this guy go. He's one for the future. Big money comes in. We're not really in a position to keep saying no. So we'll enjoy him while we've got him. 25 minutes in, 2-0 up, cannot complain with that. Our XG is not even at 1 yet. I'm going to give them a shouty. I am going to praise them because I think they deserve to be praised. They've had a pretty rough season and now it's starting to come together. Looks like they've finally got themselves into the game with some corner work there. Kelly with a nice little tackle, doesn't get it away though. Gibbs does, heads it clear, but they're able to pick it back up and bring it back in. And again, we get it clear with Tomney now. Gibbs, is he going to take both? No, he backtracks. Asante holds it off. Naby, Sega. The crowd are loving this. Naby, Gibbs knocks it forward. Tomney's not able to get through there, and they're able to hoof it up the field. Again, we've got that in control with Gibbs again. Forward, Asante tries. That was an awful pass. That was an awful pass. A knock on by Asante. Gibbs on the overthrow. Look at that. 3-0. Where's this Cheshunt been? Where has this Cheshunt been all season. Where's he been? I mean, we've been losing 3 or 4 or 5. I think we got beat once 6-0. Where has this Cheshunt team been in the previous 46 games? Or 4 games or whatever. Where have they been? Another highlight. Sager over the ball. He's going to curl it. Is it going to go top corner? Is it going to go wide? It goes top corner. 4-0. 44th minute. Average a goal every 10 minutes. You can't beat that, son. What an end to the season we're having. I was not expecting this. That was an absolute peach. Well, here comes half time, and the only player, and I'm not holding it against him, but the only player is poor old Jack Kelly, who hasn't hit a green. You feel for him. You do feel for him. But he is composed. Everyone seems healthy enough. We've created loads. The scoreboard reflects that. Everyone's positively. Look at them. They're all happy. Makes you feel like a good manager. So we're going to hit the second one. The second half. As we ended the first. Hopefully we're going to push forward. We do have a highlight. Kelly's there. He's now in the action. Look at that. Newton crossover straight to the keeper. That was a little bit poor. And they knock it long into Jenny's area. Jenny's pretty much a no-nonsense. Oh, no, Nabby, what are you doing? Just, no. Nabs. Why? Why would you do that? You were playing so well. I think my best bet, because I'm going to change that one. So Gibbs is going to drop back into the midfield role there, which he can play. That's absolutely fine. Keeping our back line strong then. Normally I wouldn't take Elsley off, but being as we had one sent off, I'm tempted to. I'm going to hold off for now, but I'm hoping it ain't going to bite me in the backside, because we could be on the back foot now. 4-0 could suddenly turn into 4-4. Their XG hasn't changed though. We're going to work it into the box. They want to change Asante off. We may just have to do that eventually. Now they're getting a highlight. Now they're pushing forward. They've got that extra man working in defence. Wilson. Do you know what? This might just be our day. We may have a carded man, but it might be our day. We are, however, going to jump into subs. I'm not taking Asante off just yet. I'm taking Elsley off for Matthews. Pure reason, I can't afford the extra yellow card. So we're going to confirm that one. We're going to give it a few minutes. And now we're going to go change Asante. We're not going to bring Tate in, or Titty. We're bringing Fielding in. Fielding got a goal with the last one. I think it's only fair he gets another crack at the whip. He's got just under 15 minutes to have just over 15 minutes to have a crack at that whip. I mean, I say a crack. We're not really going to be creating too many chances. It's more on the back foot here. And the ball comes in. Lyons unable to get there. Smith's there. Gibbs tackle. Solid back line. Ball comes over the top. Keeper. 2 hands. Hold on to that, my son. Hold on to that. In fact, we're going to change the instructions to loads of time wasting. Let's try not to concede. Let's keep a clean sheet. Ball goes long. Fielding gets there. Knocks it down to Newton. We have a highlight. It's on the go. Newton. What was Newton doing there? Just stop dead and let him tackle him. Well, he got the ball back with Kelly. Gibbs knocks it over long. Fielding's there. Oh, I thought we were going to hit number 5. That was pretty close. The sea of green. Kelly, poor devil. He never hit that 7, did he? They've got another highlight. Henry, Rains, cutting in field, tackled, goes out to Smith, Krask in. Atkins, punch clear. Newton. Now we're on the attack. Fielding, is he going to hold it up? He does, but loses out to Henry. And we're back on the back foot again. Smith, another solid stop, but they keep going. Wilson, they're looking to get that one goal. Atkins had a good save there, but oh, we've got a corner. This highlight continues. Ball comes in. Atkins, 2 hands, well kept. Hits it long first time. Why he did that, no one knows. There's no one up there. What a waste. Time wasting we've got on full, guys. Wilson, the keeper came out. Was worried for a little bit. Well, I say worried. We're 4-0. We've won this match. They're not getting 4 goals. They're not getting 5 goals. It's done. And there's your final whistle. All done and dusted. 4-0 winners. Lots of greens. I'll give Fielding 15 minutes. Not enough time to get up high enough. Matthews, that was pretty good for the solid time that he had. Kelly finally hitting that green. So the whole first team that started, all greens. Even the silly boy Nabby who got sent off. Nabby has come in to do Gardner Smith's role. And Gardner Smith has been off, suspended, near enough the whole end of this season. And now Nabby's off, suspended. However, if I'm right, Smith is back. So that role is still going to be covered, which is fantastic. And would you, Adam, believe it? We're 13th in a 24-man team. That is mid-table for me. Well, actually, that's bang smack mid-table. I mean, one more win, and if the team loses around us, we'll find ourselves as high as possibly 10th, I'd say, 10th or 9th. Considering where we spent all season, the end of the season has been brilliant. I mean, the worst case scenario will slip down to 16th on the worst case. But let's not think of it like that. So apparently guaranteeing you above 16th position classes you as a established Vanarama South team. The board apparently are delighted. You're that delighted? Give me some money to spend. And I don't need massive amount, just a chunk so I can transfer it over to wages and sign a load of frees. I'm happy with that. And the bargain strikes again. Kyron Stabana, 24-year-old fullback, 55 quid a week, 3-star. Nothing special, but again, more of a team player. Nothing special in the stats. He could do us a fair shift though. I mean, he hasn't played in the current season all year by the looks of it. But the previous one, 38 games for Barwell. He could do us a solid. And he is a young lad, 24 years old. 55 quid. Can't argue with that. So right towards the end of the season, in what can only be described as one of the last teams of the week, it is very much a Cheshunt dominated squad. Atkin the goalkeeper, Jenny on the left, Gibbs playing on the 4-4-2 flat centre midfield, and Asante one of 2 up front. The rest of the squad mostly made up of 3 players from Oxford City. This guy has caused us nothing but trouble every time we've played them. He's outstanding to play against. And I've played 30 goals, is it? Scored 33 goals in 45 appearances. Insane. Good news, ladies and gentlemen. Gardner Smith has signed a contract extension, keeping him at the club for another year. Although I can't see it there, I'm pretty certain we had, there it goes, optional contract extension by the club, 1 year. So that's pretty much a 2-year contract. By then, I'm hoping that we will be in the National League, the National Vanarama League, not the South by then. But time will tell. So after studying a video of Rahiz Nabi sending off the Vanarama South, blah 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 blah, 2 extra games. Oh, this is Gardner Smith all over again, isn't it? Appeal against the ban, because we can't afford to start the new season off with one of the players not being available, really. And on really good news, young centre-back Josh Robinson from Arsenal has agreed to join us. This one is exciting. No fee. We do have to give a percentage of profit from the next sale of 15%. There's a reasoning for that. £200 per week. Can't argue with that. That's quite a nice little low contract offer. Got him for the year as a star player. Unfortunately, I like to get him lower than that, but you can't always. With a contract extension, 1 year on our terms. Loyalty bonus of 425 smackaroonies. Team of the year bonus, 1.2k. Everything else I think is doable. Before we accept it, let's just have a quick look at him in the attributes. So here he is. As you can see, you can't see much of what he is capable of. He's a centre-back, dead smack centre-back. He can play the holding midfield role. In non-competitive match, he has played a total of 19, 3 off the bench. He's actually scored a goal, so he's got a bit of a header on him. He is a bit of aerial. His natural fitness, that's what you like to see. His first touch, it's absolutely fine. His heading, great. His tackling, superb. I'm expecting this guy, honestly, I know I should have done my full scout on him, but I am expecting him to be a 4.5 to 5 star rating. Easy. So let's accept that one. I think he's going to be brilliant. If not, we'll always just move him on. And there it is. Robinson has finally confirmed that signing. He will join. I think does he join straight away? I'm not too certain. We'll have to have a look. Fitness test. Abdu's fit. Okay. Well, we've got to get cracking for the last match. Here it is, last match of the season. We're already staying up. Tonbridge, Cheshunt. It's away for us. We've got 2 wins on the bounce. Tonbridge are a few points above us, but if we can win this, we will leapfrog them in the tables. We want to finish as high as we possibly can. It gives us a little bit more cash for next year round. So hopefully we can pull something out of the bag. We're away, so we've got that against us, but our last couple of performances have done well. Let's hope we can hold on to something here. First 10 minutes, first little highlight. And, oh, that was a route one there. Gavin holds it up well. There's Soares Jr., he's a good lad. Ball knocked down. See, their defence's line is pretty good. 4 defenders on 1 guy there. What were they doing? And now they let him walk through. Keeper's out. He gets the touch on the ball. It goes over. It's a corner. Hopefully, we can defend this one as well. As what a name, Wagstaff. Gets the ball in. Gets it clear. Wagstaff again. He's going to have a crack on his own there. Straight into Atkin. No problem. Goalkeeper's on fire. I would much prefer we had some chances here. We're going to demand a bit from the players. Shouty. Bit of demand. Not good enough so far. You're getting a bit complacent there. We need our own little flurry. As Wagstaff knocks the ball in there. Where's that going? Not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. We're going to take it off you right now. Okay, maybe not. And that ball goes over the top again. Els is there. What sort of header was that? I've never seen him do that one before. Get it clear, son. There's Newton. Joseph knocks it long. Assante's not jumping for the ball. Why is he not jumping for the ball today? Soares Jr. is a good lad. I like the look of him. Wagstaff get... Oh. Good goal. Good goal. I mean, that is a brilliant name. Wagstaff. I wouldn't mind that young lad myself, Wagstaff. I'll have him on my team, just for the name's sake. This Soares, though, I would love to scout him. He looks like a good little player. I'm pretty certain I've seen him destroy some teams as of late. The team is not performing. Asante is going to be coming off. Ever since teams have been wanting him, he's been playing a bit iffy. And they've got another highlight. It's the same guys. It's the same outcome. We're now 2-0 down. So we've gone for something a little bit crazy. It's the last game of the season, why not? We're going to go very attacking. We're going to give them some shout, and we're also going to berate the team for that. I mean, they're all happy, and we're 2-0 down. I'm not happy, son. Newton, finally, a highlight for us. Jenny knocks it in. Smith loses out. Smith, my dear God, Smith, how bad have you been playing? And now we are going to concede again. Elsley, Kelly, maybe we'll get this one away. Probably not. They're coming through. Swift with a long ball over. Sorry's off the post. Offside call. Well, 65. We're going to make a sub. Smith's coming off because he's got the yellow. We'll swap him over there. And then we'll bring in TT. And one more is Matthews. We're going to bring him on there just to help out the defence. Jenny's a bit knackered. It's a bit off of normal place he would play, but he's probably the best person for the role at the minute. We're going to go shouty in the last 5 minutes again. We're going to berate the team because I'm not happy with the performance at all. It's the last game of the season and they've just snoozed. They've snoozed. That was a poor shot. I was expecting to go 3-0 down there, but that was a very, very poor shot. They were completely through. Any angle would have probably beaten the keeper. Instead, they just literally passed it into his chest. But here we go. Mandy over the top. Collins is there. This could be the third for them. Wagstaff played brilliantly. Gets a deflection. Addy knocks it in and Gavin's there. How do you go from one to the absolute... I'm never going to bother to change anything. We'll keep it as it is. It's the last game. It means absolutely nothing. Qualification? I was going to say qualification. No, our position's already determined, although that is starting to wind me up a little bit. Our position is already safe. I'm just going to start bringing everyone back. There we go. I don't want no more goals going in. As soon as this ends. I'll give over. Just leave my guys alone, will you? You bully referee. Knocks it across the back line. It looks like we're time wasting, just playing for numbers. Fielding's got the ball. Is he going to make it? No. It's a tamed effort in the end. But that's it. It's done. We may have lost 4-0. But the end result is we're staying up. We're staying up. Saka still got a 7. A 7, along with Jenny. Jenny was brilliant, just knackered. I was disappointed with Smith and Asante in this game. The rest of the team, average. But I can't say deserving of a 4-0 loss. That team screams 2-0 loss to me. This XG rating, considering the average rating of these squad players here today, that's low. And if it was that low, then more of these players should have been in the red. Never mind. Doesn't matter. I'm not happy with the performance out there, but I'm not going to go too mental because it is the last game of the season. So there you have it. 46 games played. 14th. Dead smack in the middle there. We dropped one spot. Ebbsfleet overtook us, but that's just pure goal difference. -5 is how we ended. I thought we might end up in the positives today, but we didn't. But not to worry on that front too much. No point in dwindling too much on it. Tonbridge, they're up in 9th. 2 spots off the playoffs, and they had a -5 goal difference. So your goal difference means bugger all. Cheshunt player contract set to expire. We're all surplus to requirement there. I would have liked to re-sign this guy, but I don't think he's going to. I'm going to allow delegation on that contract. He's unwilling, there you go. He's been a thorn in my side, this guy. So, set for release. He's not been bad as a player all season, but for 250 quid for what he is, I could spend that money elsewhere, so we'll set him for release. Everyone else is under solid contracts, so I'm happy with that. Board set an initial budget. The board has set an initial wage budget for the coming season at 6,250. That's about £200 more than we are now. That sucks. And a transfer budget of 10,000. That's a bit disappointing, isn't it? He's unwilling, is he? Bugger off then. Here we are at the end of season review. 22 to 23 season. First off, our new arrivals, where they come from, performances, etc. So we got Asante, actually came in from Spurs. The thought shudders. 35 appearances, 8 from the bench, 21 goals, 4 assists. Not bad. Jenny from Bracknell, because he's played 42 games and he's been bloody consistent. He's probably one of the best signings, I think, personally. He scored 1 goal, 5 assists, average of 7.13 across the board. Probably, in my eyes, one of the best ones. And then we've got Alex Atkins, Stevenage, 36 appearances, obviously no goals. He actually got an assist, which was interesting, and an average of 7.11. We do have some interesting notes on that one. The board, as dumb as they are disappointed with the deal to sign Alex Atkins. This is mainly due to the club paying over the odds for the player. I'm sorry, over the odds for the player. I honestly think without Atkins, we would have been relegated halfway through the season. He's played a brilliant blinder most of the season. Naby, 24-year-old lad, he's coming from Redditch. He's only played 3 games before getting sent off and missing the first few games of the next season, but he seems to be a good little fella. Chabby came in from Wimbledon. He's played 6 from the get-go, 3 off the bench, and he's got 6 goals. He's a young striker. He's 19. He'll do good. He'll come good. Tomney, new signing, 5 games, 1 off the bench, 1 goal, 1 assist. Can't really argue with that. Not enough info really on him. Callum, LZ. Absolute brilliant signing that he turned out to be. 41 appearance, 3 off the bench, 1 goal, average of 7.6. Harvey White, the other goalkeeper, one of the other goalkeepers we've got 2 appearances for him in the league. He played a lot of friendlies for us. 7.5, solid little goalkeeper. Joseph from Wolves. You can't really argue with him. He's been solid as well. 42 games, 3 off the bench. He's actually got 4 assists from those long old balls over the top. Jack Kelly from the right back position. Sheffield United, 43 games. You see how much we relied on that young lad. His average rating has obviously dropped a little bit, but he's still been pretty good. Major from Tonbridge. I'm not sure when we actually signed him. Young lad. He's played 13 games, 1 off the bench. When he has played, he's done all right. 4 assists and 1 goal in 13. I'm not going to argue, even if he is a 2-star player. Tom Fielding, brand new signing. 1 appearance, 5 as a sub, 3 goals. Not a bad little return. Gibbs, or as his full name is, Tahashi Andor Gibbs. Come from Wingate and Finchley. 29 games, 2 off the bench. 5 goals, 2 assists. Solid little player. Eddie Jackson from Norwich, fullback. 1 appearance. And the list goes on and on and on. Raul da Silva, obviously, was before my time. But he did come in at the start of the season before myself. 10 appearances, 20 as a sub. He's leaving. End of story. Don't care. Powell, Cholton, mostly a sub player. Did get a goal. He's not a bad little player. Abdul, less said about him at the moment. he's one for the future. Bailey, he's done some good cover work. He's going to be taking a mantle. With Bailey and Matthews, these two are going to be the backups mostly next year. What can we say about this guy? He was bought from Wingate and Finchley. He was meant to be a good winner of the ball, and well, he played 2 games. They were poor. He then come on as a sub once or twice, and then he demanded to leave the club. So I froze him out. He didn't play a single game after that. Thus, why he's been with us most of the season and only had 2 games and 3 subs. TT, we spent a long time trying to get this guy. We finally got him. 11 games, 13 off the bench, and 2 assists. A poor return considering how great he was in pre-season when we had him on trial. Last but not least, Lochan Robertson. Bristol City, he's brought in 7 games, not very convincing. Atkin ended up going over the top. Now, there were some other transfers that brought in that also left the club, so I don't know how well that'll go. Here we go, transfers out. Some of them not actually down to me. Some of them free. So you can't really, We start at the top with Brandon Adams. He was a 25-year-old striker. Whitehall, he did play a few games for us, but as you can see, he's gone on to have a decent enough start at Whitehawk. I'm not sure where they play, but we lost a couple of guys to them. Board reaction. Board are pleased with the decision to allow him to leave, that was fine. Knock and go. Again, look like they've gone to the same place. He's played a lot. Fair plays to him. Was never going to make it in the team. Taylor McKenzie, very average player, couldn't really do it for us. He's gone on to Hitchin, just literally 20 miles down the road. Alderson, less said about him the better. Reese Beckles Richards, he wanted to move, we granted it. There's a few others similar down the road. Preston Edwards, gone on to Eastleigh. He was the number 1 goalkeeper at one point. We signed a bag load of goalkeepers and he had to go. He took up too much money. Tommy Scott. Now, I wasn't pleased for Tommy Scott. We signed him on a free, and less than a month later, the Crusaders come in and signed him on a pre-contract, pretty much, for the end of the year. That was, I don't know how it worked out, but it was really annoying. Thankfully, though, there was an option to make the deal permanent straight away for $3,500, or 3.3. It was no brainer. I've got goalkeepers that can play. If this guy wants out, let him. Dan Golding. I thought the board might get a little bit umpy with me forcing him out. But, they're content. Not happy, but content. And the reason we forced him out was on £450 a week. We got rid of him and got about 3 players in that played better. The English FA Cup didn't really go well for us. 29% up. Yeah, this just less we talk about it, the better. English FA Trophy, not much better. Less we talk about that, the better. Moments to remember. Well, biggest win actually come towards the end. Even with a sending off, it was 4-0 against Barth. You watched it here live. Apparently that was our biggest win. It was a bit disappointing. Other matches to remember, the Vanarama National League South, Taunton, who were bottom, Cheshunt 3. Why is that one to remember, I will never know. Goal of the season, Sega, 45 minute in the 4-0 against Barth. If I remember rightly, that was the free kick that curved right round into the top corner. That, my friends, was a peach. Finances. I don't know if I want to look at this bit or not. No new sponsorship deals this year. No new sponsorship deals this year in the overall sponsorship deals either. Not very good. Annual review. Sponsorship, 74k. Broadcast revenue, 6.33. Corporate hospitality, blah, 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 blah. Total merchandise sale of 3,500. That doesn't sound good at all. Shirt sales, 88 shirts sold. Is that it? It is lonely down at the bottom end of the leagues, isn't it? Here we go. Best lineups, or how they lined up. We rotated the fair team. Yes, we did. Key players had major roles in their turning out, obviously. There is the back lot. You can see it as clear as day. Nothing changes there. Atkin, Jenny, Joseph, Elsley, Kelly, Saga, Smith, locked in. Gibbs, locked in. Asante, locked in. Newton on the right, pretty much locked in. The only difference is Dijon Golding, who finally were able to get out of the club on that ridiculous wage and bring some others in. He didn't play that well out there, so I'm glad that he went anyway. Moving on, Club Awards. Fans Player of the Season, Asante. Young Player of the Season, Asante. Signing of the Season, Atkins, obviously. Goal of the Season, Sagers. Yeah, we've already gone through that. Top goal scorer, Atkin. Most assists, Newton. Most Player of the Match Awards, Asante. I did not see that coming. Highest average rating, Asante, 7.3. Most passes completed per 90. Joseph, you are the passing king, my son. Record breakers. Most overall goals scored by a player in a season, Asante with 21. Really? Wow, this team really needed that. Most league goals scored by a player in a season, Asante, 21. Any Cheshunt fans out there, if by chance you've got strikers that have scored more goals than that in your history, pop it down in the comments, because I find that very suspect. I've played in the Sunday National Leagues. I even had a little call out from a local village team, and I can assure you, scorelines are generally, back then, large. We're talking average of 3 3s, 4 2s, 6 1s. It's never tight. So I can't see 21 goals being scored in a 50-odd game season. Yeah, Cheshunt must have scored more than that before. Moving on. Most goals scored by a player in a match. Lidbird, 3. I think you'll find Asante got a hat-trick, and another striker of ours got a hat-trick. So why are you picking Lidbird? He's leaving. Okay, well anyway, we'll carry on. Most assists by a player in a season, Newton. Most clean sheets by a player in a season, Atkin. Blah, 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 blah. As you can see him, youngest goal scorer is Chabby at 19 years, 295 days. Not bad. Oldest goal scorer, Lidbird. No surprise there. Highest transfer fee ever received, 3,003. Yeah, Tommy Scott. Fair enough. Youngest player ever to play was Atkin. He actually was 18 when he started. There you go, I didn't know that. History in the making. Our hard work and effort paid off on the pitch, and such a feat didn't go unrewarded. Oh, well, did it? Where's my money then? At the end of year ceremony, Cheshunt looked sharp when they had to be in the middle of the season. Few will have expected this outcome, but they gave themselves a chance. You have to reap the rewards. Danny Martin, non-league paper. You could have just said well done. Once Cheshunt got rolling midway, it looked hard to stop them finishing impressively. Greg Ross, Sky Sports News. See? Keep it short and simple, son. That's why you're on the non-league paper and he's on Sky Sports. Short and simple. Short and swimple? See, the board welcomes us in. Future Star. It's all futures. One for the futures and future stars. Investing in potential. And then it starts to go wrong. But Asante keeps scoring. We've survived. Job done. 14th place ain't so bad. So, on the supporting front, our casuals have dropped by 20%, or down to 20%, and our cores increased. Social media following jumped up by 3.1k. That's actually quite good. I'm actually impressed with that. I wasn't thinking that'd go up so high. Unfortunately, the season ticket holders haven't jumped up in a massive amount, and there's no supporters waiting on the list. But on the 2,000-seater stadium, what did you expect? So we've got new club visions and exceptions. Reserve in judgment, play high tempo pressure football. Oh God, now we've got to change all the cultures of the club. I will play my way. I don't care what the board says. Finish mid-table in the Vanarama. I'm hoping to go better than that. Record a Vanarama South top half finish. Okay. Well, we can accept the current vision. I'm not worried about that too much. So, with me attending the annual staff meeting, I'm going to call that one a wrap. I'm going to continue playing this save. I've enjoyed it. I'm going to move on to a second season. If it's something you guys want to follow and do as well, let me know in the comments. And in a few weeks' time, I'll get a second season up and running. Until then, peace out.